Guangxi, officially the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, is a Chinese autonomous region in south-central China, bordering Vietnam. Formerly a province, Guangxi became an autonomous region in 1958. Guangxi's location, in mountainous terrain in the far south of China, has placed it on the frontier of Chinese civilization throughout much of China's history. The current name, Guang, means expanse, and has been associated with the region since the creation of Guang Prefecture in 226 AD. It was given provincial-level status during the Yuan dynasty, but even into the 20th century it was considered an open, wild territory. The abbreviation of the region is, which comes from the name of the city of Guilin, the provincial capital during the Ming and Qing dynasties. The current capital is Nanning. History. Originally inhabited by a mixture of tribal groups known to the Chinese as the Bayo, the region first became part of China during the Qin dynasty. In 214 BC, the Han Chinese general Zhao Tuo claimed most of southern China for Qin Shi Huang before the emperor's death. The ensuing civil war permitted Zhao to establish a separate kingdom at Panni known as Nanyu, Southern Yu, alternatively submissive to and independent of Han dynasty control. Southern Yu expanded colonization and Sinicization under its policy of harmonizing and gathering the Hundred Yu, until its collapse in 111 BC. During the southward expansion of the Han dynasty, the name Guangxi can be traced to the expansive or wide province of the Eastern Wu, who controlled southeastern China during the Three Kingdoms period. Guilin formed one of its commanderies. Under the Tang dynasty, the Zhuang moved to support Piluoji's Yi-ruled kingdom of Nangzhou in Yunnan, which successfully repulsed imperial armies in 751 and 754. Guangxi was then divided into an area of Zhuang ascendancy west of Nanning and an area of Han ascendancy east of Nanning. After the collapse of the southern Zhao, Liu Yan established the southern Han in Xinguangfu. Although this state gained minimal control over Guangxi, it was plagued by instability and annexed by the Song dynasty in 971. The name Guangxi itself can be traced to the Song, who administered the area as the Guangnangxi circuit. Harassed by both Song and Zhaozhi in modern Vietnam, the Zhuang leader Nong Zhigao led a revolt in 1052 for which he is still remembered by the Zhuang people. His independent kingdom was short-lived, however, and the tattooed Song general Dai Qing returned Guangxi to China. The Yuan dynasty established control over Yunnan during its conquest of the Dali kingdom in 1253 and eliminated the southern Song following the Battle of Yamen in 1279. Rather than ruling Lingyun as a subject territory, a military district, the Mongolians then established Guangxi as a proper province. The area nonetheless continued to be unruly, leading the Ming dynasty to employ the different local groups against one another. At the Battle of Big Rattan Gorge between the Zhuang and the Yao in 1465, 20,000 deaths were reported. The Qing dynasty left the region alone until the imposition of direct rule in 1726, but the 19th century was one of constant unrest. A Yao revolt in 1831 was followed by the Taiping Rebellion in 1850 and the Jinshan Uprising on the 11th of January 1851. The execution of St. Auguste Chapdelaine by local officials in Guangxi provoked the Second Opium War in 1858 and the legalization of foreign interference in the interior. Although Louis Briere de Lisle was unable to invade its depot at Longzhou, the Guangxi army saw a great deal of action in the 1884 Sino-French War. Largely ineffective within Vietnam, it was still able to repulse the French from China itself at the Battle of Shenun Pass on 23 March 1885. Following the Huachang Uprising, Guangxi seceded from the Qing Empire on 6 November 1911. The king-governor, Shen Bingden, initially remained in place, but was subsequently removed by a mutiny commanded by General Liu Rongting. General Liu's old Guangxi clique overran Hunan and Guangdong as well and helped lead the National Protection War against Yuan Shikai's attempt to re-establish an imperial government. Zhuang loyalty made his self-government army cohesive but reluctant to move far beyond its own provinces. Subsequent feuding with Sun Yat-sen led to defeat in the 1920 and 1921 Guangdong-Guangxi War. After a brief occupation by Chen Jiongming's Cantonese forces, Guangxi fell into disunity and profound banditry for several years until Li Zongrin's Guangxi Pacification Army established the new Guangxi clique, dominated by Li, Hu Wang Shaong, and Bai Chongxi. Successful action in Hunan against Wu Peifu led to the Zhuang GPA becoming known as the Flying Army and the Army of Steel. Quote, after the death of Sun Yat-sen, Li also repulsed Tang Jirou's revolt and joined the Northern Expedition, establishing control over other warlords by the Republic of China. His was one of the few Kuomintang units free from serious communist influence and was therefore employed by Chiang Kai-shek for the Shanghai Massacre of 1927. Within the People's Republic of China, Guangxi is also noted for the Bei's Uprising, a failed communist revolt led by Chen Shaoli and Deng Xiaoping in 1929. After his own falling out with Chiang, Li joined Yan Zishan's revolt in the Central Plains War. His defeat did not remove him from control of Guangxi, and the Mukden incident and Japanese invasion kept Chiang and the communists from removing his influence until 1949. The 1944 Operation Ichigo successfully expanded Japanese control along the rail lines through Guangxi into French Indochina. Although the line remained harassed by American bombers and Zhuang guerrillas under Bai Chongxi, being in the far south, Guangxi did not fall during the Chinese Civil War, but joined the People's Republic in December 1949, 2 months after its founding. In 1958, Guangxi was converted into an autonomous region for the Zhuang at the recommendation of Premier Zhou Enlai. This decision was made because the Zhuang are the largest minority group in China and are mostly concentrated in the province. For most of its history, Guangxi was landlocked. In 1952, a small section of Guangdong's coastline was given to Guangxi, giving it access to the sea. This was reversed in 1955, then restored in 1965. While some development of heavy industry occurred in the 1960s and 1970s, the province remained largely a scenic tourist destination. Even the economic growth of the 1990s seemed to leave Guangxi behind. However, in recent years, there has been a growing amount of industrialization and increasing concentration on cash crops. Per capita GDP has risen as industries in Guangdong transfer production to comparatively lower wage areas in Guangxi. Geography. Located in the southern part of the country, Guangxi is bordered by Yunnan to the west, Guizhou to the north, Hunan to the northeast, and Guangdong to the east and southeast. It is also bordered by Vietnam in the southwest and the Gulf of Tonkin in the south. Guangxi is partly a mountainous region. The Nanling Mountains form the northeast border, with the Yucheng and Haiyang Mountains branching from them. Also in the north of the Duyao and Fenguang Mountains. Near the center of the region of the Daoyao and Arming Mountains, on the southeastern border of the Yungai Mountains. The highest point is Khitan Mountain, in the Yucheng Mountains, at 2,141 meters. Many rivers cut valleys through the mountains. Most of these rivers form the tributary basin of the West River. Guangxi has a short coastline on the Gulf of Tonkin. Important seaports include Beihai, Quanzhou and Fangchengqing. Along the border with Vietnam there is the Ban Geoc Dishan waterfall, which separates the two countries. Guangxi has a subtropical climate. Summers are generally long and hot. Average annual temperature is 17 to 23 degrees Celsius, while average annual precipitation is 1250 to 1750 millimeters. Major cities include Nanning, Luzhou, Guilin, Beihai. Notable towns include Longmen, Sanjiang, Jiangshou. Image gallery. Administrative divisions. Guangxi is divided into 14 prefecture-level divisions, all prefecture-level cities. The 14 prefecture-level divisions of Guangxi are subdivided into 110 county-level divisions. Demographics. The Han Chinese are the largest ethnic group. Of these, the main subgroups are those that speak southwestern Mandarin and new varieties of Chinese. The region has over 14 million Zhuang, the largest minority ethnicity of China. Over 90% of Zhuang in China live in Guangxi, especially in the central and western regions. There is also a significant number of both Dong and Miao minority peoples. Other ethnic groups include Zhao, Hui, Yi, Shui, and Jin. Religion. The predominant religions in Guangxi among the Han Chinese are Chinese folk religions, Taoist traditions and Chinese Buddhism. The large Zhuang population mostly practices the Zhuang folk religion centered around the worship of their ancestral god Buluo Tuo. According to surveys conducted in 2007 and 2009, 40.48% of the population believes and is involved in cults of ancestors, while 0.26% of the population identifies as Christian. The reports didn't give figures for other types of religion. 59.26% of the population may be either irreligious or involved in worship of nature, deities, Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, folk religious sects, and small minorities of Muslims. The Yao, another numerous ethnic group inhabiting the province, mostly practices a form of indigenized and conservative Taoism. Politics. Secretaries of the CPC Guangxi Committee: Zhang Yunyi, 1949 to 1953. Chen Manuan, 1953 to 1957. Lu Jiangzun, 1957 to 1961. Wei Guoqing, 1960 to 1966. Qiao Shaoguang, 1966 to 1967. Wei Guoqing, 1970 to 1975. Anping Sheng, 1975 to 1977. Qiao Shaoguang, 1977 to 1985. Chen Huiguang, 1985 to 1990. Zhao Fulin, 1990 to 1997. Cao Bocan, 1997 to 2006. Lu Guibao, 2006-2007. Guo Shenken, 2007 to 2012. Pangqing Hua, 2012. Incumbent, Chairman of Government, Zhang Yunyi, 1949 to 1953. Chen Manuan, 1953 to 1958. Wei Guoqing, 1958 to 1975. Anping Sheng, 1975 to 1977. Qiao Shaoguang, 1977 to 1979. Tan Yingji, 1979 to 1983. Wei Chunxiu, 1983 to 1990. Cheng Keji, 1990 to 1998. Li Zhaozhou, 1998 to 2003. Lu Bing, 2003 December 2007. Ma Biao, December 2007 to 2013. Chen Wu, March 2013. Incumbent. Economy. Important crops in Guangxi include rice, maize and sweet potatoes. Cash crops include sugar cane, peanuts, tobacco, and quinoa. 85% of the world's star anise is grown in Guangxi. It is a major ingredient in the antiviral Tamiflu. Guangxi is one of China's key production centers for non-ferrous metals. The province holds approximately one-third of all tin and manganese deposits in China. Luzhou is the main industrial center and is a major motor vehicle manufacturing center. General Motors have a manufacturing base here in a joint venture as SAIC-GM Wuling Automobile. The city also has a large steel factory and several related industries. The local government of Guangxi hopes to expand the province's manufacturing sector, and during the drafting of China's five-year plan in 2011, earmarked 2.6 trillion RMB for investment in the province's Bayo Gulf economic zone. In recent years, Guangxi's economy has languished behind that of its wealthy neighbor and twin, Guangdong. Guangxi's 2011 nominal GDP was about 1,171.4 billion yuan and ranked 18th in China. Its per capita GDP was 15,800 yuan. Due to its lack of a major manufacturing industry in comparison to other provinces, Guangxi is the fourth most energy-efficient province in China, helping to further boost its green image. Economic and Technological Development Zones: Beihai Silver Beach National Tourist Holiday Resort. Beihai Export Processing Zone. Approved by the State Council, Beihai Export Processing Zone was established in March 2003. Total planned area is 1.454 square kilometers. The first phase of developed area is 1.135 square kilometers. It was verified and accepted by Customs General Administration and 8 ministries of the state on December 26, 2003. It is the export processing zone nearest to ASEAN in China and also the only one bordering the sea in western China. It is situated next to Beihai Port. Dongxing Border Economic Cooperation Area. Guilin National Nuanamp High-Tech Industrial Development Zone. Guilin High-Tech Industrial Development Zone was established in May 1988. In 1991, it was approved as a national-level industrial zone. It has an area of 12.07 square kilometers. Encouraged industries include electronic information, biomedical, new materials and environmental protection. Nanning Economic and Technological Development Area. Established in 1992, Nanning Economic and Technological Development Zone was approved to be a national-level zone in May 2001. Its total planned area of 10.796 square kilometers. It is located in the south of Nanning. It has become the new developing zone with fine chemical engineering, auto parts, aluminum processing, biological medicine and other industries. Nanning National High-Tech Industrial Development Zone. Nanning High-Tech Industrial Development Zone was established in 1988 and was approved as a national-level industrial zone in 1992. The zone has a planned area of 43.7 square kilometers, and it encourages industries that do electronic information, bioengineering and pharmaceutical, mechanical and electrical integration and new materials industry. Pingxiang Border Economic Cooperation Zone. In 1992, Pingxiang Border Economic Cooperation Zone was established. It has a total area of 7.2 square kilometers. It focuses on development of hardware, mechanical and electrical products, daily use chemical processing, the services, and international logistics-based storage and information industry. Yongning Economic Development Zone. Investment. 71 Taiwanese ventures started up in Guangxi in 2007, with contracts bringing up to $149 million of investment. while gross exports surpassed $1 billion. There are a total of 1182 Taiwan ventures in Guangxi, and by the end of 2006, they have brought a total of $4.27 billion of investment into the autonomous region. During the first half of 2007, 43 projects worthy of RMB 2.6 billion have already been contracted between Guangxi and Taiwan investors. Cooperation between Guangxi and Taiwan companies mainly relates to manufacturing, high-tech electronic industries, agriculture, energy resources and tourism. Guangxi Power Grid invested 180 million yuan in 2007 in projects to bring power to areas that still lacked access to electricity. The areas affected include Nanning, Hechi, Bose and Gigang. Around 125,000 people have gained access to electricity. The money has been used to build or alter 738 10 kV distribution units with a total length of wire reaching 1,831.8 kilometers. Due to lack of investment in construction in the power grid net in rural areas, more than 400 villages in Guangxi province were not included in the projects. Around 500,000 cannot participate in the policy known as the same grid, the same price. Guangxi Power Grid will invest 4.6 billion yuan in improving the power grid during the 11th five-year plan. Guangxi Power Grid has invested 2.5 billion yuan in building electric power system in the first half of 2007. Of the total investment, 2.3 billion yuan has been put into the project of the main power grid. So far, 4 new transformer substations in Guangxi are in various stages of completion. Wenfu substation went into operation in the city of Hechi on January 2007, and since then it has become a major hub of the electrical power system of the surrounding 3 counties. When Kangwu substation was completed, it doubled the local transformer capacity. In June 2007, the new substation in Guangzhou passed its operation tests, and in the same month, Keulong commenced production too. This shall support the power supply system of Keulong City, as well as the northern part of Guangxi Province, and facilitate the nationwide project to transmit power from west to east. Bayo Gulf Economic Zone. In late February 2008, the central government approved China's first international and regional economic cooperation zone in Guangxi. The construction of the Bayo Gulf Economic Zone began in 2006. With the approval, the Bayo Gulf Economic Zone will be formally incorporated into national development strategies. The Bayo Gulf Economic Zone covers 6 coastal cities along the Bayo Gulf. It integrates the cities of Nanning, the region's capital, Beihai, Quanzhou, Fangchengling, Chongzuo and Yulin. The state will adopt policies and measures to support mechanism innovation, rational industry layout and infrastructure construction in the Bayo Gulf Economic Zone. Guangxi has pledged a 100 billion yuan investment over the next 5 years for building and repairing 2,500 kilometers railways to form a network hub in the area. Bayo Gulf Zone will serve as the logistics base, business base, processing and manufacturing base and information exchange center for China-ASEAN cooperation. Bayo Gulf Zone promises broad prospects for further development, and its growth potential is rapidly released. But the shortage of talent and professionals in petrochemicals, iron and steel, electricity, finance, tourism, port planning, logistics and marine industries are bottlenecks. The regional government is also working on speeding up key cooperation projects including transportation, the marine industry, agriculture, forestry, fisheries, energy development, cross-border tourism, and environmental protection. Bayo Gulf has already attracted a number of major projects such as Guangzhou oil refinery projects and Stora Enso, a Fortune 500 forest products company based in Finland. In January 2008, trade import and export in the Bayo Gulf zone exceeded $1.3 billion, a record high. Bauxite reserves. In September 2007, China's Ministry of Commerce said that it has found 120 million tons of new bauxite reserves in Guangxi. The ministry said that the new reserves, which are located in Zhuangzhou in the southern region of Yuzhang, have a very high quality of bauxite, a raw material for making aluminum. Currently, the proven reserves of bauxite in Guangxi are about 1 billion ton, making the province one of the country's biggest bauxite sources. Transport. Rail. The Hunan-Guangxi Railway, which bisects the autonomous region diagonally from Guangzhou in the northeast on the border with Hunan to Pingxiang in the southwest on the border with Vietnam, passes through Guangxi's three principal cities, Nanning, Liuzhou and Guilin. Most other railways in Guangxi are connected to the Jianghui Line. From Nanning, the Nanning-Kunming Railway heads west through Baise to Kunming, Yunnan, and the Nanning-Fangchenging Railway runs south to Quanzhou, Fangchenging and Beihai on the coast. From Liuzhou, the Guizhou-Guangxi Railway extends northwestward through Hechi to Guizhou, and the Jiaozhou-Liuzhou Railway runs due north to Hunan, and eventually Hubei and Henan in central China. From Litang Township on the Jianghui Line between Nanning and Liuzhou, the Litang-Quanzhou Railway runs south to Quanzhou on the coast, and the Litang-Zhanjiang Railway extends southeastward through Gigang and Yulin to Zhanjiang, Guangdong. The Luoyang-Zhanjiang Railway, which intersects with the Jianghui Line on the Hunan side of the border at Yongzhou, runs south through Hezhou and Wuzhou in eastern Guangxi and joins the Luzon Line at Yulin. At Senshi, a branch of the Luozan Line heads east to Maoming, Guangdong, forming a second rail outlet from Guangxi to Guangdong. Roads. Aviation. Culture. Guangxi and neighboring Guangdong literally mean western and eastern expanse. Together, Guangdong and Guangxi are called the two expanses. Its culture and language are reflected in this. Though now associated with the Zhuang ethnic minority, Guangxi's culture traditionally has had a close connection with the Cantonese. Cantonese culture and language followed the Xi River Valley from Guangdong and is still predominate in the eastern half of Guangxi today. Outside of this area there is a huge variety of ethnicities and language groups represented. Guangxi is known for its ethno-linguistic diversity. In the capital of Nanning, for example, 3 varieties of Chinese are spoken locally: Southwestern Mandarin, Yu, and Pinghua, in addition to various Zhuang languages and others. Tourism. The major tourist attraction of Guangxi is Guilin, a city famed across China and the world for its spectacular setting by the Lijiang among karst peaks. It also used to be the capital of Guangxi and Jingjiang Prince's City. The old prince's residence is open to the public. South of Guilin down the river is the town of Yangshou, which has become a favorite destination for foreign tourists. Ethnic minorities in Guangxi, such as the Zhuang and Dong, are also interesting for tourists. The northern part of the province bordering Guizhou is home to the Longshen rice terraces, some of the steepest in the world. Nearby is Sanjiangdong Autonomous County. Many Chinese tourists visiting Nanning also visit Banjiok Dishan Falls on the China-Vietnam border. Education. Guilin University of Technology, Guangxi Arts University, Guangxi University, Guangxi Medical University, Guangxi Normal University, Guilin University of Electronic Technology, Guangxi Education and Research Network. Nanning Science and AMP Information Network, Guangxi University for Nationalities, Yulin Normal University, Guangxi Chinese Medical University, Sister Regions, Kumamoto Prefecture, Japan, Carinthia, Austria, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil, Voronezh Oblast, Russia, Montana, United States, Poitou-Charentes, France, Surat Thani Province, Thailand, Podkarpacki, Poland.